Biki or Hiki. So, Biki or Hi, today I would like to give you a chance to learn how to count animals in Japanese language. Because in Japanese language, there are several ways to express animals. For example, you can use Ippiki with inu, neko, but you cannot use Pikki with bird or horses. It's a little bit complicated. So today, I would like to give you a basic Japanese language, how to count different animals in different ways. So let's get started. Today's Japanese language lesson. So before moving on today's lesson, if you want to learn the basic numbers in Japanese, please take a look another video in this channel, a previous video, where I gave you the basic lesson how to say numbers in Japanese from 1 to 100. So basically, if you know the organization, you can apply the same structure organization to the count animals. So let's start it. So let's start with a basic animal like dog. In English, you say one dog, a dog, and two dogs, just two dogs simply. 3 dogs, 4 dogs. And in Japanese, actually, for example, a dog would go with Biki or Hiki. So, Biki or Hiki. So the difference between Biki and Hiki is that if you want to express 2 dogs, it's going to be ni hiki, not the Pikki. So Pikki, Ippiki, ni hiki, 3 biki, and it's really complicated. If you count on 3, it's going to like Biki, 3 biki, 4 hiki, and then for 4 dogs, it's going to be like 4 hiki, 5 hiki, 6 biki, and 6 is going to be like Pikki, 7 hiki, 7 is hiki, 8 biki, 8 is Pikki, 9 hiki, 9 hiki, 10 biki, 10 biki, 11, 11 biki, 12 hiki. So it's really, complicated, and it may be a little bit required sometimes to understand why we have Pikki, Hiki, Biki. So 3 different ways to express the count on dogs. It's really complicated, but just to remember, just memorize. And I would say, okay, so a dog, Ippiki no inu, Ippiki no inu, Ippiki no inu, a dog. Or you can say, inu ga ippiki. Inu is dog. Inu ga ippiki imasu. Imasu, there's a dog. So exactly, literally, in English, there is a dog. Inu ga ippiki imasu. Ippiki imasu. Inu ga ippiki imasu. There is a dog. Inu ga ippiki imasu. Ippiki imasu. Ippiki no inu. Ippiki no inu is just more like just a word and not a phrase, not a sentence. So inu ga ippiki imasu is more like a sentence. There is a dog. Inu ga ippiki imasu. Okay, let's go to the ni hiki, two dogs. Inu ga ni hiki imasu. Not the ni piki. Ni hiki. Actually, I'm not super familiar with why we do not say にぴき. Maybe it's easier for us to pronounce to say にひき. It's like, the pronunciation problem. So にひき, にぴき, it's very, difficult to say. But にひき is really easy to say. So that's why I think. And then also さんびき. さんびき, さんひき, it's really difficult. So that's why only 3 among 10 we go with Biki. さんびきのいぬ. さんびきのいぬがいます。さんびきの犬。犬が3匹います。And four dogs, 4匹、5匹、6匹. And again, it's just a combination between Pikki, Hiki, Biki. And 6匹います。犬が6匹、6 dogs. 6匹の犬。There are 6 dogs. 犬が6匹います。7匹、7匹、7 and 8、8匹、9匹、10、10匹。So, it's a little bit, you may be difficult. It may be difficult for you to understand. Pikki, Hiki, Biki. Pikki, Hiki, Biki. It's a little bit combination, the complicated combination. So I would put some reference into the description box, and Hiki, Biki, the combination among Pikki, Hiki, Biki in the description box. If you want to learn detail more about the Hiki, Biki, just take a look at the description box of this video. So anyway, go back to the another how to count animals. So actually the cat, neko. Cat is the same as the dog. So a cat, ippiki no neko. Cat is neko. A cat, ippiki no neko. Neko. There's a cat. Neko ga ippiki imasu. That's exactly the same as dog. So dog and cat are same. 2匹の猫。2匹。two cats. 2匹。3匹の猫。So exactly the same between dog and cat. However, so bird, you cannot say Biki. It's going to be 羽。1羽。2羽、3羽、4羽、5羽、6羽、7羽、8羽、9羽、10羽。In the case of 羽、we have just only one way to say 羽, not like Pikki, Hiki, Biki. It's just one way, 羽. But you have to remember there's a big difference, dog and cats and birds. So you cannot say 一匹の鳥. Actually, literally, it's okay for you to say 一匹の鳥, but if you want to more formal way, you have to say 羽。一羽の鳥。一羽の鳥。一羽の鳥。鳥が一羽います。There's a bird. 鳥が一羽います。Again, there is がいます。鳥が1羽います。2匹、2羽。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、10羽の鳥がいます。11羽の。So just, count on the numbers increasing, as I taught you in the previous video. 1、2、3, how to count numbers in Japanese from 1 to 100. So if you want to learn more about the basic numbers, just go to the previous video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And exactly the same. And here you cannot say 1匹、2匹。1、2、3. So 1, just 1匹。1匹。Not 1匹。It's more complicated. But today I'm not going to go detail, but just 1匹、2匹、3匹、4匹、5匹. Just it's just 1匹, not 1匹. Okay, 1匹. A duck. So to go back to the birds. So you can say two birds are 2匹のsorry, I was confused. Yeah, not the 2匹. 2羽. In the case of birds, you should go with 羽. Two birds. No, 2羽. Three birds. 3羽. Four birds. 4羽. Okay. And we have one more different ways to count animals. So if you want to say a horse, you cannot say 1匹の馬. It's okay, but more formal way, we say 1頭, another different word to count animals. 1頭の馬 is horse. A horse, 1頭の馬. Or you can say 1頭の馬が1頭います。馬が1頭います。There is a horse. 馬が1頭います。2頭、3頭、4頭、5頭、6頭。The same as は。There's just only one way to say と not like Biki, Hiki, Biki. So Biki, Hiki, Biki. Biki is more difficult to understand, more complicated. But to and wa is just one way. But the big difference between birds and horses, and we go with the birds with wa, we go with horse with to. We learned, and we didn't think why. But there must be some reasons why we go with birds with wa and we go with horses with to. But just remember, just to categorize animals which way we have to go. For example, to, horse, and I think pig. 1頭の豚 pigs. A pig. 1頭の豚 pig is 豚. And other animals, for example, 象 1匹1頭. I think 象. Elephant 象 in Japanese 象 1頭の象. I think the reason why we have two different ways to say animals why we have two ways to count animals to like a similar categorized the animals is, I think the size matters. So horse is big, and the elephant is big, and the giraffe is big, I think. 1頭のキリン yes. The big. If the animals are big, the size of the animals are big, you go with tall. On the other hand, if the size of the animals are small, you go with Biki, Hiki, Biki. So, for example, squirrel, a little animal. Ippiki, yeah, we go with Pikki, Hiki, Biki. And another example, lion. 一頭のライオン、一匹のライオン. I think the lion, you can go with the both ways. So the middle size between small and the big size is in the middle, like a tigers and lions, and hippo, and what animals do we have? What other animals do we have? Penguin. Penguin 1羽. Penguin, should be categorized into the birds. So you will go with the 1. 1羽の penguin. So that's very, very big size. Apparently, the sizes or animals are really big. You have to go with tall. And apparently, the sizes of the animals are very small. You go with Biki or Hiki, Pikki or Hiki or Biki. And the medium size, medium sizes between big and small. You can go with both way. So anyway, Hiki, Pikki, Biki, and Wa, tall. It's the today's language. So if you want to learn the basic numbers, how to count numbers in Japanese from 1 to 100, this is I think the first step to learn the numbers. Just go to my previous video in this channel to study numbers. So that's all for today's lesson. See you on the next basic language lesson of Japanese.